Welcome to English Coffee Break with Oliver.
And Emma, this is your daily dose of English.
Hello, and welcome to a massive special edition of English Coffee Break. I am Oliver.
And I am Emma. Grab a big cup of coffee, guys, because today we are going on a journey. But be warned, this is not a relaxing vacation.
No, today we are talking about travel nightmares, missed flights, lost luggage, terrible hotels, and rude receptionists. We're going to teach you the survival English you need to save your holiday.
We have a packed episode. We are doing 2 detailed role plays, and we have invited 3 special guests to share their real-life travel horror stories.
But before we begin, we have a very exciting announcement. We are hosting a community challenge for our listeners.
Yes. In the description below, there is a link to today's massive PDF workbook. It has a quiz based on this episode. If you download it, complete the exercises, and email it to the address in the description, the first 3 people to do it correctly will get a special shout-out in our next video.
And it gets better. From those people, we will randomly select one person and send you a digital gift card to buy a coffee on us. Explanation: on us means we will pay for it. So, listen carefully, take notes, and send us your PDF.
Okay, Oliver, let's start at the very beginning of a trip, the airport. I am a terrible packer. I always pack too many shoes. I do not know how to travel light.
Our first idiom of the day. To travel light means to travel with very little luggage. Maybe just a small backpack. No checked bags.
I am jealous of people who can travel light. I always end up paying a surcharge. A surcharge is an extra fee or extra money you have to pay, usually as a penalty.
Well, speaking of surcharges, let's jump into our first role play. Imagine you are arriving at the check-in desk. You are late, you are stressed, and your suitcase is incredibly heavy.
And who are you?
I am the unsmiling, strictly by the rules airline agent. Let's set the scene.
Hi, good morning. I am so sorry the traffic was terrible. Am I too late to check in for flight 882 to Paris?
Passport and booking reference, please. Well, madam, check-in closes in exactly 4 minutes. You are cutting it very close. Place your bag on the scale, please.
Yes, of course. Here you go.
Madam, the weight limit for economy class is 23 kilograms. Your bag weighs 29 kilograms. It is severely overweight.
Oh no. Are you sure? My scale at home said it was 22. Maybe your scale is broken.
Our scales are calibrated daily, madam. I cannot accept this bag. You have 2 options. You can either take out 6 kilograms of items right now, or you can pay the heavy baggage surcharge.
How much is the surcharge?
It is 80 euros.
80 euros? That is more than my flight ticket. Okay, fine. Let me just take some things out. I will put them in my carry-on bag. A carry-on bag is the small bag you take inside the airplane cabin with you.
Let me see your carry-on bag, please. I am sorry, madam, that bag is too large. It will not fit in the overhead bin. The overhead bin is the compartment above your seat where you store your bags.
It always fits. I flew with it last month. Look, can you just let it go this one time? Please, I am going to miss my flight.
I do not make the rules. You need to pay the 80 euro fee for the checked bag, and we will have to check your carry-on bag as well. That will be an additional 50 euros, a total of 130 euros. Cash or card?
This is highway robbery. Fine. Card. Here.
Have a pleasant flight. Next in line, please.
Ugh. Oliver, you are terrifying. I genuinely felt my blood pressure rising.
I used to work in customer service. I channeled my inner demon. But listeners, did you hear the vocabulary? Overweight, too heavy. Carry-on bag, the bag you keep with you. Overhead bin, the storage above your head.
The lesson here is, always weigh your bags before you go to the airport. Otherwise, you will pay a fortune.
But Emma, sometimes paying for a bag isn't the worst thing. Sometimes the bag just disappears.
Oh, the absolute nightmare. Standing at the baggage carousel, watching it spin around, and your bag never comes out.
To tell us about exactly this situation, we are joined by our first guest today. His name is Liam, he is from Sydney, Australia, and he had a legendary battle with an airline. Hello, Liam.
G'day, Oliver, Emma. Thanks for having me. Hearing that check-in roleplay gave me PTSD.
Welcome, Liam! So, tell us, where were you traveling and what happened?
Well, I was flying from Sydney to Tokyo for a 2-week snowboarding trip. I had a massive suitcase packed with thick winter jackets, snow pants, my boots, everything. I landed in Tokyo, went to the baggage claim, and waited, and waited. Finally, the belt stopped moving. The screen said, "All baggage delivered." And I was standing there with just my passport and the t-shirt on my back.
What is the first thing you should do in that situation? Because most people just panic.
Don't panic. You immediately go to the airline's baggage service desk. It's usually right there in the hall. You have to fill out a form called a PIR. That stands for Property Irregularity Report. Irregularity means something is wrong or not normal. This is crucial. Do not leave the airport without this piece of paper and a reference number. Without it, your bag legally doesn't exist.
So you filled out the PIR. Did they know where your bag was?
The agent scanned my luggage tag receipt. She looked at the screen, looked at me, and said, "Sir, your bag is currently in Frankfurt, Germany."
Germany? That is the opposite side of the world.
"Exactly," I said. "Well, I am in Japan, and it is -5 degrees outside. I cannot snowboard in a t-shirt." This is where you need to ask for an overnight kit or an emergency allowance.
Explain that for our listeners. What is an emergency allowance?
By law, if an airline loses your bag and you're away from home, they must compensate you for basic necessities. To compensate means to give someone money for a loss or suffering. I asked the agent politely but firmly, "What is my daily allowance for buying clothes and toiletries?" She authorized me to spend $100 a day. I had to buy a winter coat, socks, and a toothbrush, and keep all the receipts.
Keeping receipts is so important. They won't give you money if you don't have proof. Did you ever get the bag back?
Yes, but it took 4 days. I had to rent snowboarding gear. When I finally got home to Australia, I filed a massive claim online. I attached all my receipts for the rental gear and the clothes. It took 2 months of calling them every week, but eventually they sent me a full refund.
Liam, you handled that like a professional. You didn't just scream. You knew your rights.
That's the secret. The staff at the desk didn't lose your bag. The system did. If you scream at the staff, they won't help you. If you use words like PIR and daily allowance, they know you understand the rules.
Liam, thank you so much. That is incredibly useful advice.
No worries. Travel safe, guys, and maybe put a GPS tracker in your suitcase.
A GPS tracker, like an Apple AirTag. That is actually a brilliant idea.
Listeners, Liam used some very important legal terms. We have created a lost luggage checklist in the PDF. It has all the phrases you need if you ever find yourself at an empty baggage carousel. Remember the challenge. Fill it out and email it to us.
Next up, we are moving past the check-in desk. We are heading to security and the boarding gate, where things get even more stressful. Stay with us. Welcome back. So, you have survived check-in. Your bag is on the plane. Hopefully. You have passed through security, and now you are sitting at the boarding gate. The boarding gate is the area where you wait before getting onto the airplane.
You think you are safe, you have your coffee, you are listening to a podcast, but then you hear an announcement on the speaker. Attention passengers on Flight 214. This flight is currently oversold. We are looking for volunteers to take a later flight.
Oh, the dreaded overbooked flight. Overbooked or oversold means the airline sold more tickets than there are seats on the airplane.
I never understood this. How is it legal to sell 200 tickets for an airplane that only has 180 seats?
It is completely legal, unfortunately. Airlines know that statistically, about 5% to 10% of people will miss their flight. They get stuck in traffic, they oversleep. So, the airline sells extra tickets to make maximum profit.
But what happens if everyone shows up?
Then we have a problem. Someone is going to get bumped. To be bumped means you are denied boarding. You are not allowed to get on the plane.
Getting bumped involuntarily is a nightmare, but sometimes you can use it to your advantage, especially if you don't have strict plans and you like to fly by the seat of your pants.
Idiom number 2, to fly by the seat of your pants. What a strange image, and
It comes from early aviation. In the 1920s, airplanes didn't have navigation instruments. Pilots had to feel the vibrations of the plane through the seat of their pants to know how the plane was flying, meaning to do something by instinct and feel without a clear plan or preparation.
we didn't book a hotel in advance. We decided to just fly by the seat of our pants. If you travel like this, an overbooked flight is an opportunity. And to tell us how to win this negotiation, we have our second guest, Sophia, joining us from Madrid, Spain. Hola, Sophia.
Hola, Oliver. Hola, Emma. Yes, I love this topic. Overbooking is my favorite game to play with airlines.
Your favorite game? Most people cry when they hear that announcement.
No, you shouldn't cry. You should negotiate. Last year, I was flying from Madrid to New York. I was at the gate, and the flight was oversold by 3 seats. They announced they needed volunteers and offered a $200 flight voucher. A voucher is a piece of paper or a digital code that can be used to pay for future flights.
Did you accept the $200?
Absolutely not. Never take the first offer. It's like buying a car. You wait. The boarding started. They still needed one more person. The agent looked stressed. The offer went up to $400, then $600.
Wow. So when did you jump in?
When they offered $800 and a free hotel night, I walked up to the desk. But I didn't just say yes. I smiled and said, I will take the $800 voucher and wait for the flight tomorrow morning, but I want to be guaranteed a seat in business class for tomorrow.
You asked for an upgrade. An upgrade means moving to a higher, more expensive class of service, like economy to business.
Yes! The agent typed on her computer for a minute. She looked at me and said, done. She printed my new boarding pass. I got an $800 voucher, a night in a nice airport hotel with free dinner, and the next day I flew to New York, drinking champagne in business class.
Sophia, you are an absolute genius, a smart cookie.
Gracias. The secret is to be flexible. If you are flying to a wedding or a business meeting, don't volunteer. But if you are just going on holiday and you can afford to lose one day, go to the desk. Be polite, but ask for what you want. Cash, food, hotels, upgrades. They have the power to give it to you.
That is a fantastic tip. Turn a nightmare into a luxury experience. Thank you for sharing, Sophia.
My pleasure. Adios.
Okay, listeners, take notes. And speaking of taking notes, remember our community challenge. The phrases Sophia used, like, can you guarantee a seat in business class, are all listed in our free PDF workbook. Download it, do the quiz, and email it to us for a chance to win a coffee gift card. The email is in the description.
All right, we survived the airport. We flew to our destination. We took a taxi. We are exhausted. It is 11 p.m. Now, we arrive at our hotel.
This is the moment of truth. You open the door to your room, and it is a disaster. Maybe it is dirty. Maybe it looks nothing like the pictures on the internet. In that situation, you might feel like you were taken for a ride.
Idiom number 3.
To be taken for a ride. Meaning, to be deceived, cheated, or scammed by someone. For example, I paid $500 for a luxury room, but this place is a dump. I feel like I've been taken for a ride.
Exactly. And when you are taken for a ride, you must go back down to the reception desk and complain. But complaining in a foreign language is incredibly difficult. You don't want to sound aggressive, but you must be firm.
It's time for our second role play. Oliver, this time, you are the tired guest. I am the hotel receptionist, and I am going to be very unhelpful.
Challenge accepted. I am ready.
Welcome to the Paradise View Hotel. How can I help you?
Good evening. I just checked into room 412, and I'm afraid there are several major issues. I need to change rooms immediately.
Change rooms? Sir, we are fully booked tonight. What exactly is the problem with 412?
Where do I begin? First of all, the air conditioning is completely broken. It is 35 degrees outside, and the room feels like an oven.
Oh, the AC? Yeah, it takes a little while to kick in. Just give it an hour.
I gave it an hour while I went to get dinner. It is blowing hot air. Secondly, I specifically requested a non-smoking room. This room smells strongly of old cigarettes. The smell is embedded in the curtains. It is completely unacceptable. Unacceptable means so bad that it should not be accepted or tolerated.
Sir, all our rooms are non-smoking. Maybe the previous guest broke the rules. I can send housekeeping up with some air freshener spray.
Spraying perfume over cigarette smoke does not solve the problem. I have asthma, and finally my room is right next to the elevator and the ice machine. There is a group of teenagers having a party in the hallway. I cannot sleep in these conditions.
Look, sir, like I said, we are fully booked. I don't have another room with a king bed. I can send maintenance to look at the AC tomorrow morning. Maintenance is the department responsible for fixing broken things in the hotel.
Tomorrow morning, I'm paying $200 a night to sleep tonight. Sleeping in a hot, smoky, noisy room is not what I paid for. I need a solution right now.
Okay, let me check the system. Look, I have one room left on the first floor, room 104. But it is a standard room with 2 twin beds. Your current room is a deluxe. I would have to downgrade you. To downgrade means to move someone to a lower, cheaper category.
You want to put me in a smaller, cheaper room? Fine. I will take it for tonight so I can sleep. But I expect a partial refund for the difference in price, and I want to be moved to a proper deluxe room tomorrow morning. A refund is money given back to you because you are not satisfied.
I can't authorize refunds, sir. Only the manager can do that.
Then I would like to speak to the manager, please.
He is asleep. He comes in at 9 a.m. tomorrow.
Excellent. Please leave a note for him. Tell him the guest from room 412 expects to see him at 9 a.m. sharp to discuss compensation. In the meantime, I will take the keys to room 104, and I would appreciate complimentary breakfast for the inconvenience.
Here are the keys to 104. Breakfast is served from 7 to 10. Next.
Wow, Emma, you are awful. I'll send someone with air freshener spray.
I have stayed in hotels where they actually said that to me. But Oliver, your English there was perfect for a complaint. Let's analyze your strategy.
Rule number 1, never yell. The moment you start shouting or using bad words, the receptionist stops wanting to help you. I use the phrase, I'm afraid there are several major issues. Starting with, I am afraid, that makes the complaint sound polite but very serious.
You also used the magic word, unacceptable. It is much better than saying, this is bad. Unacceptable is professional. It means you have broken our contract.
And notice that I didn't just complain, I asked for specific solutions. I asked for a refund, money back, and complimentary free breakfast for the inconvenience.
Yes, don't just say, fix it. Tell them how to fix it. I would like to speak to the manager is also a classic phrase. Just don't say it like an angry Karen meme. Say it calmly.
Absolutely. Now we have covered broken air conditioners and bad smells. But what if the hotel itself is a complete lie?
Oh, the Catfish Hotel. When the internet photos look like a 5-star resort, but reality looks like a prison.
To discuss this ultimate nightmare, we will be joined by our final guest, Kenji from Tokyo. He has a story that will make you double-check every review online. Don't go away.
Welcome back to the final act of our Travel Nightmares special. Oliver, before the break, I mentioned a term, the Catfish Hotel.
I'm familiar with the term catfishing in online dating. It's when someone uses fake photos to pretend to be a different, more attractive person. Are you saying hotels do this too?
Oh, absolutely. You go online, you see photos of a beautiful bright room, a sparkling pool, and a balcony with a sea view. You pay a lot of money, but when you arrive, the pool is empty, the room is dark and dirty, and the sea view is actually a view of a brick wall.
That is devastating. It ruins the entire holiday before it even begins.
To tell us how to handle this exact situation, we have our final guest. He is a frequent traveler and a photographer from Tokyo, Japan. Please welcome Kenji.
Hello, Emma. Hello, Oliver. Thank you for having me. Listening to your stories today is making me nervous to ever travel again.
Welcome, Kenji. We promise travel is usually wonderful. But tell us about your experience. Where did you go and what happened with the hotel?
Last summer, I booked a luxury boutique villa in a popular beach town in Southeast Asia. I booked it through a major online platform, like Booking or Expedia. The photos looked incredible. It promised a private pool, high-speed internet, and a peaceful environment. I booked it for a whole week.
Sounds like paradise. What happened when you arrived?
It was a nightmare. The taxi dropped me off and I thought it was the wrong address. The villa was located right next to a massive construction site. They were building a new hotel right next door. There were cranes, dust everywhere, and the noise of drilling was deafening. And the private pool? It was filled with green water and dead leaves. It hadn't been cleaned in months.
That is completely misleading. Misleading. Giving the wrong idea or impression? Deceiving? The advertising was a lie. What did you do? Did you speak to the manager?
I tried. The owner was a very nice old man, but he just smiled and said, "Sorry, construction is temporary. Pool will be fixed next week." But I was only there for this week. I knew arguing with him wouldn't work, so I took out my camera.
Ah, the photographer goes to work.
Exactly. Rule number 1 of a Catfish hotel. Gather evidence. I took photos of the green pool. I recorded a video with sound to capture how loud the construction noise was inside my bedroom. You need undeniable proof that the reality does not match the online listing.
That is brilliant advice. If you just call the booking platform and say, "I don't like it," they won't help you. You need proof.
Yes. I opened the app, went to customer service, and opened a dispute. I didn't use emotional language. I didn't say, "I am sad." I used business terms. I wrote, "This accommodation is a breach of contract. The listing is highly misleading. I have attached photo and video evidence. I am leaving the property now, and I expect a full refund." A breach of contract means someone broke the legal agreement.
Breach of contract? That is a very powerful phrase. Did it work?
It took about 48 hours of emails back and forth, but because my video evidence was so clear, the platform cancelled my reservation and refunded 100% of my money. I booked a different, much better hotel down the street.
Kenji, you handled that perfectly. Documenting the problem is the only way to win a dispute against these big companies.
Exactly. Don't unpack your bags. Take photos, contact the platform immediately, and demand a resolution. A resolution is a firm decision to solve a problem. Never stay in a place that lied to you.
Thank you so much, Kenji. That is a masterclass in survival English.
Thank you for having me. Arigato. Have a great day.
Well, Emma, we have dealt with lost luggage in Tokyo, overbooking in Madrid, broken air conditioners, and fake luxury villas. I'm exhausted just talking about it.
Me too. When you have a day of travel like that, when absolutely everything goes wrong, sometimes you just have to give up for the day. You go to your room, you order a pizza, you turn on the TV, and you just call it a day.
Idiom number 4. Our final idiom.
To call it a day, meaning to stop what you are doing because you think you have done enough or because things are going too badly to continue.
My flight was delayed, my bag is lost, and it's raining. Let's just go to the hotel and call it a day. It means, let's stop trying today. Tomorrow is a new day.
It is actually a very healthy attitude. You cannot control the airlines. You cannot control the weather. Sometimes, calling it a day is the best mental health decision you can make.
Very true. And speaking of calling it a day, we are reaching the end of our special.
It has been an incredible journey. But listeners, your journey is not over yet. Let's talk about our community challenge one more time.
If you want to practice all the amazing vocabulary and phrases we learned today, from surcharge to breach of contract, you need to download our free PDF workbook. The link is right there in the description.
Inside the PDF, there is a special quiz section. We want you to fill out the answers and then email your completed PDF or just a photo of your answers to our email address, englishcoffeebreakpodcast@gmail.com.
Here is the fun part. The first 3 people to email us the correct answers will get a special, personal shout-out in our next podcast episode. We will say your name and celebrate your English skills.
And out of those correct entries, we will randomly choose one winner. We will send that winner a digital gift card to buy a coffee on us. You can use it at Starbucks or your favorite local spot. It's our way of saying thank you for studying with us.
So, hit the pause button, download the PDF, and send us that email. We cannot wait to hear from you.
We also want to hear your stories in the YouTube comments. What is your worst travel nightmare? Have you ever lost your luggage? Have you ever been bumped from a flight?
Please share your stories in English. It is a fantastic way to practice your writing.
Thank you for spending this time with us. We know it was a long one, but we hope you feel much more confident for your next international trip.
You are now equipped with the ultimate survival English. Safe travels, everyone. Don't forget to travel light and try not to fly by the seat of your pants.
See you in the next episode. Bye.
Goodbye.